Hello everybody, this is Bill McFadden from TonePure.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Synchron Duality Virtuoso Strings, which just came out. So now one thing to observe when you install it, if you don't have the Duality Strings regular, you will get some empty slots. Now the empty slots, which you can get if you purchase Duality Strings, consist of, right under Dynamics, you would have Tremolo, you'd have legato, you'd have trills, pizzicato harmonics, which we don't have here. So just keep that in mind. You will have these articulations that we'll go over. So the short articulations, we have Martelé. So it has a strong attack initially. So there's bold and there's agile. Then we have ricochet, 1 ricochet, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's saltando, which is similar to it's a ricochet and it just sort of fades out a little bit longer. Then we have dynamics. We have some nice crescendos. We'll start with the shorts. And then medium. We're not doing anything with velocity crossfade or expression or master volume. Here's long. And then we have the opposite, the minuendos. So it starts out loud and gets quiet. And here's a long. And then going down the tree, we have glissandos. So now notice you'll have some empty. We have very fast, very slow, and then your fast and slow would be in here if you have the duality strings, either the standard or the full version. So here you have the glissando very fast. And the glissando actually happens when you take your finger off the key. And then we have, so that's up, here's down. Then here's your very slow going up. So here you keep your finger on the key, and then for down. Very nice. I mean, they came out with this Strings FX1, which was an amazing library and still is. This is what it reminds me of, some of the effects they have here. And here we have glissando, tremolo. Again, you have your fast and slow missing. That would be in the duality strings. So let's go ahead and do the very fast, going up. Again, when you take your finger off the key, that's when it triggers it. Then going down. Now for the note on, it actually will trigger it just by hitting the note. Here's down. And then here's your very slow, going up. And going down. Then we have runs. We have chromatic legato. Let's go fifth up, fifth down, going third up, down, or loop. Here we can cut the release. Then we have seconds going up and down and looping and regular release. And then we have détaché, I believe, going fifths, going up and going down, and third up, down, and looping. Regular and cut release. We have seconds going up and down and looping with the regular release or the cut release. And then we also have rise and falls. So here's your shorts, rises. There's your falls. And then we have détaché, rises. Falls. Sustain, rises. So when you take your finger off the key, then it rises. And then here's the falls. Crescendos, rises. Quite a dynamic change there. And then let's do medium. And long. And again, you have to release the key for the rise to happen. But it crescendos, and then whenever you're ready, you release the key. And here's falls. Here's short, crescendo. Medium. So you hear the crescendo. And then when you're ready, you take your finger off the key. And then we have diminuendo. So here's the rise short. Rise medium. And rise long. And then we have the falls. Here's your short. Diminuendo medium. And long. And then we have arpeggios. So in the arpeggios, going down the tree, we have major chords. So the way that works is this would be a G major chord. So when I hit the G note, this would be A major, B major, C major. There would be, it's a little hard to see the key there, but it's a G sharp or an A flat major. This would be a B flat major. And then we go down to the minor. So here would be, I'll just stick with the white keys. Here would be a G minor, A minor, B minor, and so on, up to an F minor. So you get all of the 12 keys. 1, 2, 3. And then, of course, we have dominants and minor sevenths, augmented, and fifths. Then in the pizzicato, you have the same thing. Here would be a F major, or a C major in this case, since I'm holding down the C key. And again, you can do any of the other keys. So there we have an F, or sorry, a C. These are your key switches here. And then here's a C minor, C dominant, C minor 7, C augmented, and then C fifths in terms of fifths. Then you have arp up. So there you have a C major going up, C minor, and then arp down. So you're going down now, reversing the arpeggio for the C. And then you can loop them. Now, here we're in the major key. So we're arpeggiating a major chord. And we have BPMs. Now, what's nice is if you go down into Edit, you can actually, I actually have it on, but you can have it off. And you can sync your DAW to whatever tempo you want. So here's one time. And then here's a 130, 140. And again, we're doing the majors, 160. And then you have upper note. You can cut the release. There's a minor, dominant 7, or 160. Dominant minor, I believe, augmented, and fifths. And then that pretty much, I guess, covers all of the options in the tree. So this is Bill McFadden with this overview, short overview of the extra articulations you get, the glissandos, the runs, and so on. I guess one of the main things is you do get chromaticism with this that you didn't have with the regular duality strings. So here's your chromatic. And in order to get the non-chromatic, then you need the regular duality strings. So this is Bill McFadden signing off from tonepure.com.